Another good question. I think for me, my approach, having looked at many projects that I'd previously done, is sometimes our clinicians felt that projects were done to them rather with them.
Yeah.
And that was a key theme that I held as a core belief. So first of all, you've got to get the buy-in. You do have to get the buy-in at the very top. So there was a clear sort of strategy and vision of what we was going to do. And I remember the slides of, I still remember them now of what the key benefits would deliver. There was some of the patients felt very much, interrogated. They were asked a lot of questions and processes were disjointed. So some of the key benefits really was about how it was going to save time for clinicians, give them more time to care. So highlighting very key benefits that are pertinent to clinicians. The next thing was really an early engagement and as much as possible. So we ran a few events, we did some webinars. I would go to team meetings and strategy days, and again, just selling the vision and why it was really important to do that. So always maintaining that clear vision and communication. And once the clinical team was established, they used to blog on a sort of weekly basis. You can argue how successful that is. Very challenging to get clear communications through to a complex and busy NHS organisation. But you constantly have to keep pushing that. This is what we're up to. This is what we're doing. Because there is a danger with an EPR that there's a big fanfare that we brought this thing, and then it goes very quiet and no one knows about it. And it's 100% of your job and it's 0% of their job. So they continue daily on. So if you want to build that seed and grow the seed of like insight, excitement, and encourage people to do that. So we, like I said before, we did establish a good clinical leadership that helped with the decision making, but we also what they were called, like champions, or as you'd say. You develop like a champions network, and initially you get those people that are keen, and then word of mouth. But there is very much that drive. I think to get the buy-in as well, you've got to really listen. Big eyes, big ears, small mouth, and listen to the clinical concerns.
Yeah.
Because you can wax lyrical, and then someone has just sat there thinking, "What does this mean for me? You're going to change my world." If you think about it, one day you're used to using a system for 10 years, and then the next day something's brand new. It's very daunting, that.
Of course.
So it is about listening to those concerns, and it's about trying to break them down. And not everyone's interested. An outpatient person might not be as interested as an inpatient thing. So we also categorized areas. So if you had a particular interest in certain things, there'll be something more about that. And I had clinical leads that specialized in certain areas, and they would take the forefront on that. So, and then we could run multiple sessions at the times. You can't really do an EPR in one big go with the communication. There's so many different factors of what needs to be communicated. So breaking it down, like that old saying, can't eat an elephant in one go, just eating bite-sized chunks. And it's trying to make it break down. And if there are, you've got to be very agile and sort of have that iterative approach, and then communicate any early successes. So we redesigned the referral process. I think one of the things looking back I could have done better would be that really sort of emphasizing the successes. Clinical services came together and worked together and developed a process that they're all going to work. That might not sound like much, but actually in the NHS was really, really big for our organisation. It was a big, huge thing, and we could have celebrated that more. And I think that that leans itself, because they've been involved in the process and they've been helping design, leads into that more sort of willingness to embrace this when it comes live, and that long-term engagement.